Coming up this week on UB Basketball Insider, the women's hoops team's off to a terrific start. We'll break it down with head coach Felicia Legette-Jack. Their leading scorer, her name is JoJo, and she helps the Bulls go. You'll hear her story, plus our Scholar Athlete of the Month. It's UB Basketball Insider, and it tips off right now.
Here's how we win championships.
The game is tied. 3.4 seconds left.
Plenty of time to get a shot off. Catherine Upps is the inbounder here.
Catherine Upps will get it in to Stephanie Reed. She might be the one to take this final shot. She tosses it.
Oh!
Good! The Bulls have got it! Stephanie Reed, a buzzer-beating shot to win the MAC postseason title. The Bulls are going dancing from 8th place to history.
This is Buffalo. We are the Bulls.
Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to UB Basketball Insider. I'm joined by University at Buffalo women's basketball coach Felicia Legette-Jack. Your team is off to a great start. You got another big one today, Sacred Heart here at Alumni Arena, a 2 p.m. tip-off. But, Felicia, we want to talk a little bit about how you've gotten to this point in some of the outstanding performances. 3-0 for the second straight season. You guys seem to have mastered this non-conference part of the schedule the last couple of years.
I don't know about master. I just know that we're just playing really good defense right now, and we're playing team basketball. We're making that extra pass. We're boxing out. We're diving for loose balls. Those type of things like that, you know, you're supposed to innately know how to do them, but those are coachable moments, and our kids are seeming to get to know how to do that pretty well.
Is that something that just evolves over time as your players start to understand better what you expect from them?
Well, yes, and the earlier they can pick that up, the better. Last year, we picked it up pretty easily in the beginning of the year. We did a great job defensively. I think we were number one in the country for about 3 weeks in defense, and we're not there right now because we allow too many points, but our fight is tremendous, and I go in the locker room at halftime. I go in the locker room after a game. Our seniors and our captains are talking about we got to defend better, we got to box out, we got to run the floor, things of that nature. So I'm liking the fact that my team is starting to be a senior-laden team, and they're understanding what we're talking about.
All right, let's look back at a couple of big home wins over the last week or so, and let's start with a victory over Niagara, always a good rivalry for you. 73-63 winds up being your 12th straight win against Niagara, and the key performer in that one was Gabby Bade off the bench, a career-high 16 points, and she seems to have raised her game a couple of levels here over the last few weeks.
Well, she took the entire summer to stay here to work on her game, and she didn't have to go to summer school. She just said, in order for me to stay focused, I have to leave sunny California and come to Buffalo for the summer to really try to get shots up and have access to the gym. And you never see her warm up without a basketball. She's really serious about trying to get better. Her defense is getting better. Her shot is obviously a great shot, but in order for her to play for us, she got to play defense, and she's playing really good defense right now.
She's a confident shooter always, but she seems to be shooting it more confidently now, if that makes sense.
Well, it's in the rhythm of the offense now. You know, she plays a lot more point guard for us, and then so she pushed the ball up, make that pass. The pass kind of swings back around to her, and now it's a rhythm shot, whether it's one pass or two passes. Usually, she plays a two, and the first pass will go to her, and it's a shot up, and that's what we can't have. We got to have some movement with the ball unless you're wide open. And so she's understanding the dynamic of the feel of the game.
You got a nice push, got a nice test from Niagara. They're a really good team. They have some outstanding players, and I thought the difference in that win for you was Summer Hemphill, your freshman, coming off the bench with 15 points and 8 rebounds, and we'll talk a little more about what Summer has continued to do throughout the early part of the season. But in that game in particular, with a really tough matchup in Rampado of Niagara, what did you think about the way Summer played?
She's just a really special player. She absolutely understands the game. She has a high IQ for the game, and she wants to do exactly what you tell her to do. And sometimes that works for you, but that sometimes can work against you, because as a freshman who gets hard on herself because she makes mistakes, that's hard to build that back up. And we're trying to share with her, you're in a wonderful position. You're supposed to make mistakes as a freshman. Just go out there and play free, have fun, box out, get a rebound, maybe run the floor a little bit. We're trying to talk to her like that, but she's such a serious player that she wants so much more for herself and our team. So it's really exciting to have her right in the front of the press to get some deflections and some steals.
Yeah, then she comes back with a 9.8 rebound performance in your win over Manhattan, 73-39 1 week ago. Gabby Bade again with 11 points. And I think the thing that jumped out at me about that win for you, Felicia, was all 13 players scored, 11 of them had rebounds. That's pretty much the perfect blueprint for you, isn't it?
It really, that makes my heart just really feels good and that's the night I slept well. You always want your kids, if you have children, you want your children to all have success and to do well and have a fluffy day. That doesn't always happen, but the days it does, it really makes you feel good. I like that we all got out there, we all contributed with an assist or a score, and the locker room was really fun, and we had some recruits in the locker room, and they saw how we can have a lot of good time as well. So I hope that can happen throughout the rest of the season, but I also know that's not true.
Right. Teresa Onwuka with a career-high 9 points as well. Another one of those new youngcomers. Her and Hemphill really have been impressive in the early stages of their career. What do you like so much about the lady that you call Tessie?
I think Tessie can be a unbelievable driver to the basket. She plays the game with such ferociousness on her drive. It's just almost, in order to save yourself, you got to move out of her way. She's got one way, and that's through your chest. And lately, she hasn't been playing that way. And we had a long talk with her about what makes her great, what makes our team great because she's in the game. And she went back to that in the last game. And you saw that kind of tenacity of purpose. But what we're trying to teach her now is make that decision hard like that, but also be able to make that pass out in case the defense steps up.
All these new players and some of the young players that Felicia's talking about contributing to a Bulls bench that averaged 42 points per game in the last 2 games. And I know, again, that goes towards what exactly you want to see out of the depth of your team. Game today for Felicia Leggett-Jack's squad against Sacred Heart right here at 2 o'clock at Alumni Arena. We're not done with Coach yet. When we come back, we're going to let her talk a little bit and let you know more about Joanna Smith, the Bulls' leading scorer. That's next when UB Basketball Insider continues right after this.
Buffalo. Come white out Alumni Arena on Saturday, December 10th when the UB men's basketball team takes on Coppin State. First 2,000 fans through the door will receive a free Ugly Holiday t-shirt with holiday-themed promotions, special concession deals, and more. It's sure to be a game you won't want to miss. Tip-off is at 2 p.m. For tickets and more information, visit ubbulls.com or call 1-877-UB-THERE.
This segment of UB Basketball Insider is brought to you by CEFCU. For all your banking, insurance, and investment needs, visit your local branch or go to cefcu.com.
Welcome back to UB Basketball Insider. My name is Paul Peck. Bulls senior guard Joanna Smith is one of the top players in the Mid-American Conference. Last year, she averaged over 18 points per game and led the Bulls to the MAC championship. How did she wind up here in Buffalo all the way from Mississippi? Well, it was due to a life-altering injury that ultimately changed her life.
Hi, I'm Joanna Smith, senior on the women's basketball team. My sister moved to South Haven, Mississippi. I followed her, so I played my junior and senior year at South Haven High School, my alma mater, where I graduated. Broke my leg doing a long jump at the North Half Championships on the third and last jump at that. I cleared 19-2. If I would have stuck my landing, I would have won. That year recovery, the whole summer, I was on crutches from May to about, I'd say like toward the end of June, maybe early July. And then I had to start learning how to walk all the way back over. I did rehab probably 2 times a week. I'm kind of glad it happened. It brought me here. Coach Jack flew all the way from New York to Mississippi, and that's a long way to come see a player just to watch them practice and not even, get a chance to just take them, out to eat or stuff like that, like you would do on the official recruit. So that meant a lot to me that she would fly out from New York to come see me all the way down in Mississippi. The fact that they called me every day and checked up on me, that was pretty big. My mom admired that, and I admired it as well. So I initially took that into thought when it came down to make my decision. Playing for Coach Jack, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you don't get everything she's gonna say honestly, you won't get it at first. My freshman year, I didn't get a lot of stuff she said. I had passion, but not passion like that, like the Coach Jack type passion. So she really taught me to bring it out a little bit more.
3.4 seconds left. Catherine Upps will get it in to Stephanie Reed. She might be the one to take this final shot. She tosses it. Good! The Bulls have got it! Stephanie Reed, a buzzer-beating shot to win.
Oh, it was amazing. I just remember the conversation I had with Coach Jack back in my senior year of high school. She said, she asked me what I wanted, and I said, ultimately, I want to make championship. So, and then after that, I ran and hugged Coach Jack because that conversation just came to mind, what we both wanted, what she wanted from me, and what I wanted to bring to this program.
Joanna's such a great girl, such a wonderful story. The improvement that she had last year was amazing. I know how much you rely on her, but I want you to take us back to something she touched on in the story, which was a lot of schools moved away from her after her injury in high school, and you didn't, and she credits that with a lot of what brought her here and what's helped her make her the player that she is.
Special young lady, special family, unbelievable mother. I went to visit her a couple times myself out to South Haven, Mississippi, and I just really loved watching her practice and all the things she stood for, her leadership skills, and I just was praying, if I can get somebody like this kid on a program like Buffalo, we can really shake things up in a MAC conference. And I talked to her and I offered her a full scholarship, and she wouldn't accept it at the time. But the mom was there, and mom liked who I was and what we stood for, and liked the other piece, not the basketball piece, what I stood for. And she said, "Oh, we will be calling you back." I get to the airport, and mom called me and said, "My daughter wants to speak to you." And so it's really amazing when parents get it. They understand this is not just about basketball. It's about growing your child in the prominent years of her life. And in 23, when they go off to the world, they're going to be prepared with something. And mom got that piece, and I honor that, and I hope that Joe got a lot out of it, as much as I got out of it from her.
Yeah, that's a great story. Well, speaking of improving and growing, she goes from, she becomes the most improved scorer in the country last year, to go from a little under 6 to a little over 18. An amazing transformation. Obviously, such a key player for you on the run to the championship last year. So what's the next step? What can you see her doing better?
Her leadership is getting so much better. When the players are making mistakes or doing something, I'm getting ready to say something, and I hear this southern voice saying, "No, you got to rip the ball. Come on, Summer. You got to run faster than that, Gabby." And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, she sounds like Coach Jack, And you see the leadership skill sets coming out. You see how much she loves the game and the team, but you see how much the team loves her. We had an incident in practice where Joe fell down and somebody fell on her leg, and she screamed for the first time. The entire team was done. I couldn't even practice anymore. They had to make certain Joe was okay. She is not just a great basketball player. They love her as a person, and they honor what she brings to the table, and every day they work hard for her.
Right. Well, in the first segment, we talked a lot about your bench and some of your newcomers, but let's not lose sight of the key players than your starters. And Catherine Upps has been off to a great year last year, really filling up the stat sheet. What's changed in her game?
She's focused. She understands that what she brings to the table matters, whether it's scoring, whether it's rebounding, whether it's diving for the loose balls. She doesn't mind doing all the stuff that great players frown upon mostly, and she's willing to do that. Take number 31 out at night versus Manhattan. I mean, she just said, "What I need to do, face guard her." I mean, she gets so excited about that. Anybody that's great on the opposing team, if you see Catherine on her, they are very important to that other program, because Catherine is our best defender.
Right, and Stephanie Reed hasn't gotten off to what some might perceive to be a slow start this year, but you can tell how much you rely on her to calm everybody down and lead the way.
Well, because everybody else defensively has gotten so much better, and Stephanie hasn't played a lot of minutes because Gabby's playing more minutes, Tessie's playing, and so this is a long season. This is a 2-semester program that we have, a season we have. So having Stephanie play minimum minutes and us doing well is fantastic, but if the game's on the line and it's close, nip and tuck throughout the game, you're going to see Stephanie play 30, 35 minutes.
All right, well, your chance to see all of that happen comes today. 2 o'clock tip-off here at Alumni Arena as Felicia's Bulls take on Sacred Heart, and then they're back home again here on Thursday against the University of Central Florida, a 7 o'clock tip-off. Have fun the next couple of games.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do.
Coming up on UB Basketball Insider, we check in with our Scholar Athlete of the Week. That's next when the show continues right after this.
Buffalo, come white out Alumni Arena on Saturday, December 10th when the UB men's basketball team takes on Coppin State. First 2,000 fans through the door will receive a free Ugly Holiday t-shirt with holiday-themed promotions, special concession deals, and more. It's sure to be a game you won't want to miss. Tip-off is at 2 p.m. For tickets and more information, visit ubbulls.com or call 1-877-UB-THERE.
Welcome back to UB Basketball Insider. Cross-country runner Corinne Burchard is our Scholar Athlete of the Month. She's a biological sciences major who is running towards giving back.
Hi, my name is Corinne Burchard. I'm a senior biological sciences major, and I'm on the track and field team and cross-country teams here at UB. I chose biological sciences to be my major because I had a really great experience in middle school with bio. I had just really great teachers, and they made the subject so interesting and so understandable. I also think it's really cool just learning about the systems of the body, and you could relate that to sports, especially if you're learning physiology and anatomy, and when you're thinking about it while you're running, like, you know what muscles are working, you know what's going on in your bloodstream, so it's just like a really cool, applicable subject. I chose UB because it's a great mix of academics and athletics. It's just an incredible balance. I can compete for a Division I team that's ranked highly in the region year after year in cross country and track and field, and also just have fun with a great family-like atmosphere while excelling in academics. So it's just a great balance. It's 6:45 a.m. One of my teammates has an exam during regular practice time, so the entire training group is doing this really important workout at 6:30 in the morning, so we'll see how it goes. So now I'm in my roommate and my teammate's car, and we're heading to our neurobiology class at 9. So go Bulls! Practice was great. Along with the mental toughness on the cross-country course and on the track, there's definitely mental toughness in academics as well. Throughout the day, you're going through class, like I'm taking 17 credits this semester. I'm actually in an undergraduate research position for the Honors College and the Departmental Bio Honors Program. So in that, we analyze chromosomes of different organisms, and we study the stages of mitosis and meiosis. Typically with biological sciences, you can go on into the research fields or go on to med school or PA school, and I'm choosing a different route. I'd like to go on to be a teacher.
Not a lot of people realize as early as Corinne has realized it, what value there is in sort of being the torch, you know, passing on the knowledge and the passion about what it is that you're doing and helping people make it to that next goal. I think a lot of people don't have the courage to say, this is really what I want to do. And she always has, and I think that that makes a difference, not just for her, but for other people.
I really want to be a teacher because I have had great experiences in middle school, high school, elementary school, and even here at UB, working with professors and teachers. Like, my teachers had such a great influence on me, and one day I hope I can be as big of an influence to young learners as my teachers were to me.
Tenacity, ambition, purpose. Here, it's not just what we do, it's how we do it.
Welcome back to UB Basketball Insider. Last week, the Bulls women's team had some big wins over Niagara and Manhattan. Let's take a look at our top 5 plays.
Number 5.
The Bulls hold on to a 4-point lead with 1:35 left here. Let's see what Coach Jack wants to do with this offensive possession as Smith gets it inside, kicks it to Bade. Baseline shot, count it! Gabby Bade continues to be hot from beyond the arc. That's a big 3-point there, Bob.
Number 4.
Manhattan is top of the key, guarded by Reed. She tries to find Parahus, but there's Catherine Upps to steal the ball. Now Upps out in transition. Nice lead pass to Stephanie Reed. The give and go, and boy, was that beauty as Catherine Upps lays it back in.
Number 3.
Hemphill finds Reed on the wing, then gives it to the shooter, Bade, who's going to put up a shot, count it, and the foul. She's heading to the line for a chance at a 4-point play as the Bulls hop out to a 16-2 lead here in Alumni Arena. So Bade looks to complete the 4-point play, and she does.
Number 2.
Onwuka's going to drive all the way around, toss it up, and good. Count the basket. She's going to head to the foul line for an old-fashioned 3-point play. Beautiful move. Tessie Onwuka, great start here coming off the bench.
But this is, I think, the first time we've seen her with a flash of offense. She's got 4 points, and she's going to go to the line for potentially a 5th. It's a good sign for the Bulls if she can add even a little bit of offense off the bench.
Number 1.
And that one came up and didn't touch anything there as Bade dribbles all the way down and finds Hemphill on the baseline. She lays it in, count the basket. She's heading to the line for 1.
Nice drive and dish by Gabby Bade. Again, the great game that she is having, not only the 13 points, but another great assist there. Hemphill going to the line for the old-fashioned 3-point play, trying to give UB a 2-point lead with 2:10 to go in the third quarter.
Well, thanks for watching UB Basketball Insider. Your chance to check out the impressive performance of the UB women's team comes later today when they host Sacred Heart at 2 o'clock right here at Alumni Arena. And then they're back home again on Thursday night when Central Florida comes to town. We'll see you next week on UB Basketball Insider.